I was trying to look up topics for today's podcast, and I'm like, is there a conspiracy theory around the Pilgrims and all that stuff?
There's got to be.
Not that I could find. I didn't look super hard.
It's been buried.
But not a great time of history.
No.
Overall, not
Listen,
not 100% a good time.
Here's a brief rundown for history for you.
Okay.
The English came over. The Pilgrims, they were not the first people from England to step foot in the Americas.
Yeah, that makes no sense to me, but yeah.
Yeah. But so they were coming, the English and all over Dutch, they were coming to America. They came to the territory where Plymouth Rock was,
Right.
And then they left, but they brought disease, and it wiped out on the East Coast like over 90% of the Native Americans.
Goodness.
Right? And then the Pilgrims were, what were they? They're like the Puritans. They're Christian, but they're like very, very conservative, and they weren't getting along with King James, and so they're basically like they fled to, I think, Holland, and they're like, well, we don't want to be here, and so they went back to King James and was basically like, can we just go to America and we'll set up a little city for you? And he's basically like, yeah, get out of here. So they went.
I don't want to see your face again.
Yeah.
Joke's on them. It doesn't even exist.
Oh, but the deal was that they would send back fishing. So they would be like an export for England for fish.
Fish? How's it going to keep?
Don't know.
Salt.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Salt?
Fish chicky.
Preserves it.
For that long?
Turns out the Pilgrims had no idea how to fish. they didn't.
Nice.
So they landed at Plymouth Rock, right? They got off, and they just started starving to death because they didn't know how to fish.
Yeah, and it's not like you just go to a Bass Pro.
Yeah.
Like, and now any person can go out to a lake and catch a fish now.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty simple. But
yeah, they didn't.
That would have been so difficult because it's like you're literally like it's a primitive skill set you do not have.
They didn't know the terrain either, so they didn't know how to grow crops, all that stuff. And then what was his name? Squanto.
Correct.
He was a Native American in that region who acted as a translator between the tribe that was living there. He became so good at English because he was captured like 13 years prior and was sold as a slave to a rich Englishman who taught him English. And then he went back to America. He was able to go back to be a translator. And he, so they're doing good. They're like kind of like watching each other. The chief of the Native Americans didn't trust Squanto though. He's like, because he can't understand him. He's like, I don't know if he's up to something.
Yeah.
But Squanto basically saved the Pilgrims. Like he taught them how to grow food, corn, all that stuff, how to fish, what to hunt, all that stuff. And then it was actually, I think in October, the official Thanksgiving Day, got together with the Native American chief. And
who initiates that? Do you know? Like who initiated that?
The Pilgrims.
Really?
Yeah. And so they had a feast together. And then very shortly after that, Squanto went to these different Native Americans and was basically like, hey, the English will do whatever I say. Let's rise up against this chief and overthrow him. And then the chief was like, got wind of it and said, I'm gonna kill you, Squanto. And then Squanto, the English are like, wait, you can't do that. And
He's
then
our buddy.
And then I forget the rest of the story, but I think they ended up killing Squanto.
That makes sense though.
It's the most important part of the story.
I know. I'm just like, I was visualizing the YouTube video.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
Yeah, so Thanksgiving, and then the Pilgrims, they moved, and then more Native Americans died, and like they all hated each other. And
jeez, and we all lived happily ever after that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Nope. Yeah. No.
Nah. That's scary, dude. That's wild. That would be such a crazy time to live in, but also like, I don't know. How do you feel like that as a friend? Or you're a Native American, you're looking at someone going over there and hanging out with these white dudes, who had just taken over the land, killed all your friends and family. It's like, how do you do that?
I don't know.
What a wild world.
I bet we looked so ugly to them.
Probably.
Because
probably stunk too.
I know, because like coming off of that ship, barf.
Yeah,
they're probably arrogant too. The whites. Well,
they were really mean to the natives. Like,
it sounds like it's
the Christian Puritans or whatever. They would refer to them as savages
because they just had a complex.
Yeah,
golly, a bunch of bummers.
Yeah.
Pilgrims aren't bros, dude.
It's like what Pocahontas says when he's like, you don't know any better. You want houses like this? And she's like, what's up with our houses?
Yeah.
They're cool.
Yeah, we like them.
I like my
like 'em
house.
this way.
Don't go. You should really do something different. Don't do that.
We don't want to.
We don't. Imagine going to somebody's house and just like, oh my goodness, you should really change everything. This is amazing.
Do you remember when you were kids and you would talk to your friends and they'd be like, how many stories is your house? And that's like what determined how big your house was?
I don't know. That never happened in ours.
Oh, really?
I don't think so.
Me either.
My kids
I guess that
want
was just my
stairs
experience.
so bad in their house. They're like, one day we're gonna have a house with stairs.
Dude,
I say,
do love
nope,
stairs,
not a
though.
chance.
I grew up in base housing though, so everybody had the exact same house. So
It's tough.
But yeah, the Thanksgiving Day was a good day. So that's why we celebrated, because it was a day that we were able to just sit down and have a nice meal and share with each other. But the day after, which is kind of funny that we call it Black Friday now, and that's where people are psycho and all greedy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's like the energy has.
I didn't even make that
Manifested.
connection until right now.
Yeah,
Dang.
that's true. And think about it, like the Pilgrims knew what they were going to do the next day. So it almost ruins kind of the good day.
Yeah.
Because it's good for the Native Americans.
Yeah.
Who hopefully we're just trusting them.
Yeah.
Golly.
is it the second law of thermodynamics? For every action, there's an equal and opposite. Are we causing the chaos on Black Friday because we're celebrating Thanksgiving?
I mean, Black Friday wouldn't exist if we didn't have Thanksgiving. It really wouldn't, right?
So
There would
thank-
still be a shopping day
But not-
prior
but
to
it-
Christmas.
Amazon
But it would
Prime
probably
Day.
be close. It would be like Christmas time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've never had a
cancel
holiday.
Thanksgiving, cancel greed.
Guys, just stop giving thanks.
Yeah.
Just
Quit being
stop it.
thankful.
No more getting together with your families.
I swear, if I smell 1 scent of gratefulness, I'm gonna freaking lose it.